Hey, how's it going out there, everyone? This is W.F.S. And I'm going to talk to you today about Disney and a couple of things that are going on with them. One of them, of course, is the roller coaster ride that their stock seems to be going through right now. Yesterday, it closed around $81.64, I think. $81.64. And today, it struggled to get above $82, but plummeted right back down below the $81.64 to $81.19 at the closing today, which to me is an incredible problem for them right now. Their investors, their shareholders, anyone who wants to invest any money into this company is probably running for cover right now because this company is bleeding money and just has problems all over the place. They can't get the stock back up to where it was before pandemic levels. I think around 2020, the stock hit almost $200. It was around $197, but now it's just down to $81.19. And the question is this the bottom, or can it go further than this? Do you think maybe the investors and all the board, the shareholders, the stockholders, everyone, they're all running for cover? And again, the board must be getting phone calls, the phone's ringing off the hook. What's going on, guys? Can you give us some answers? And to add more fuel to that fire, Rachel Zeglers just cannot keep her mouth shut, at least on previous videos that she's been shown, basically running off about how Snow White is not going to be the Snow White it was back in the 1937 movie. 1937 movie was just cringe. It was awful. We have a stalker for a prince. And it's just, she has just done so much damage to this film. And a lot of people have just branded this movie as the woke Snow White. Planned release of live-action Snow White shelved at Disney. This is a report coming from Disney Dining. The planned release of the controversial live-action Snow White film has reportedly been shelved at Disney, much to the delight of some Disney fans. And I wouldn't say just some, I'd say a lot of them, because the way that this movie has been described, the remake, it is nothing but complete disrespect for the original film. Now, I love this part here. A lead actor who's no leader at all. The remake has been entangled in controversy and, unsurprisingly, fraught with criticism from the beginning. Not only has the Disney been under fire from stars like Peter Dinklage from Game of Thrones, a member of the dwarfism community, for its initial plans to include dwarfs in the film, but the studio came under fire again when it announced that instead of dwarfs, the story would be calling them magical creatures. In February of 22, Zeglers responded to those who took issue with the Latina playing the role of Snow White with harshness, never publicly displaying any attempt to understand the growing disapproval, the majority of which did not come from a racist viewpoint. I want to make that clear. It wasn't racism, but it was rather a love for the Disney classic. Really, it was. People wanted this film to be shown the proper respect. It was Walt's first project. It was his first attempt into the animation world, and he set things in motion to this day. The original Snow White is recognized as an amazing classic. A growing number of fans share a similar sentiment. Snow White's very name comes from the fact that her skin is white as snow. So the issue was not the fact that a Latino was cast in the role, but rather that something needed to be done to address the issue of Disney's Princess Snow White's skin. Okay, so this is the meat and potatoes of this video right here, my friends. This is the part I wanted to get out there. All right. Earlier this month, longtime Walt Disney Imagineer Jim Shull made the suggestion that Disney scrap its plans for the theatrical release. I'm right there. Of the new Snow White film and opt instead for a direct-to-stream release, the controversial Aladdin film on Disney Plus. Or Leyton film, excuse me. Let's send this thing to Disney Plus. It's a great idea. All the money that's involved with putting this movie into the theater, and when you figure all the backlash that has come for this film, it makes you wonder, is there anyone out there still interested in watching it? Maybe the Walt Disney Company should consider releasing the Rachel Zeglers starring role film on Disney Plus. I mean, it's not a bad idea, it really isn't. I mean, honestly, the movie will be helping Disney Plus because its content the streamer needs. And he's right. Content is what makes Disney Plus work, and the content they have on there right now is not working. While not becoming a canon film in the Disney catalog, which is the main issue right here. Let me go back and read this again. The movie will be helping Disney Plus because its content the streamer needs, while not becoming a canon film in the Disney catalog. So basically, this film will not become canon. It'll just become content on Disney, so it won't affect the history of Snow White. And if it doesn't do well, they can just write it off. At this point, Snow White could easily be a monumental flop at the box office, and a release delay might be the only thing that could potentially change the general census about the film, and any change in the lead character's very public aversion to fans of the Disney classic film, which I seriously doubt. There is no way that they can spin Dr. Rachel Zeglers' comments. It has been so bad, and I do not think there's any more damage control they can do to repair this. So tell me what you think about all this. I mean, should this film go directly to Disney Plus? I know for one that I am not a fan of the remake idea because of how they've reimagined it. It just doesn't sit well with me. I've played the original for my kids when they were little and they loved it, but I would not want to take my kids, if they were little today, I would not want to take them to see this. I want fantasy movies. That's what Disney used to be about. Imagination, fantasy. Now they're all about messaging and shoving agendas down people's throats, and I'm just not one of them. So drop your comments below. Let me know what you think about this. And until the next time, my friends, God bless.